Hey everybody, Max Mallow here with Double Tap at the 2018 CWL New Orleans Open. I'm joined here by Scump of Optic Gaming after their hot 3-0 victory over Epsilon. So Scump, coming into World War II in general, let's talk, right? Coming out of Jetpacks, you guys win the World Championship and go down as the best Jetpack team in the game, right? But looking back at it, right, Optic Gaming and Ghosts, things were up and down. You guys get the X Games victory, but coming back to boots on the ground, you know, what was your mentality like coming in, having to establish a victory early on because you guys fell in Dallas, but now in New Orleans to come out and be the top team in the game?
I think in our minds we're still the best team in the game. I think we had a pretty off series in both of our series at Dallas. I think our whole team would say that. We played pretty bad, and we were playing so well throughout the tournament, which was weird. It was like the flip of the switch. We just completely went cold. We were heavily favored to win that too, since we came in winning 3 of the 2Ks. So honestly, it didn't really bother us. It doesn't bother us. We're just trying to come out. We come in with the same mindset to win every tournament. So third, it's not terrible. Like, people are like, you guys suck. We got third still, so it didn't really hurt our confidence. We're just coming in looking to play a little bit better in the later rounds this tournament.
And now a lot of teams in the world have made a lot of roster changes, right? Coming to this event, new team, especially in Pool D with Echo Fox, Rise, Ground Zero, now Complexity. For you, what team came out on top in the roster changes? Because you guys kind of sit back, you know, same roster for so many years and kind of just analyze the moves going on. Were there any teams in particular that you kind of looked at roster changes and said, okay, this team kind of improved, or this team kind of took a step back?
I think the team that came out best with the roster changes, because there were like 3 teams that basically like switched around players. It was like Echo Fox, Rise, and Cole. So they like all like just traded players back and forth. I think Echo Fox came out the best. It's either Echo Fox or Rise came out the best from that. I think Rise was winning their first match against E6, which is a pretty hard match. So I think honestly Rise probably got the best out of it because they look pretty good online. They won a 2K. But Echo Fox, Rise, I mean, they both benefited, I think, actually. It made both their teams better.
And now we're talking to everybody really about the gun meta right now, because early on in Call of Duty we see a lot, it's really AR heavy, but now on land, PPSH is great, and the ARs are all over the place. In your opinion, we saw County talk on Reddit about what changes they might make, but for you, if there's 2 things that you would really change with the guns to make the meta more stable?
It feels good right now. It's hard to say because sometimes you'll face an AR player in a fight and you'll just instantly lose it with a PPSH, but sometimes you'll be able to outmaneuver them and outstrafe them. Really, the PPSH, I don't think it's better than the ARs right now. I think that it's just more versatile in the fact that you can jiggle peek corners and dive around corners and move around faster, and that's really the advantage right now. I think that in a straight one-on-one gunfight, the ARs are still heavily favored, but there's ways to get around that. So gun balancing, I mean, I think it's just too hard at this point. The way that the game was made, ARs are always just going to be heavily favored in this game. And that's how it is with most Call of Duties. Last year, I mean, we had the NV4 and the K-Bar, and the ERAD, people didn't even really look at it until some of the later events. So honestly, there's not much they can do. PPSH feels good right now as long as they don't make the ARs better than what they are now. I think that this is like probably the best meta that we could get. But who knows? I mean, maybe they change something and it's better. I couldn't predict the future, but right now it feels playable right now. With the FG, it was just super AR favorite. I think the top 10 KDs from Dallas were all FG players. So I think right now it's pretty good. Just keep it where it is. They change one thing, whatever, but I think it's good now.
Lastly, coming out of Dallas for New Orleans, we saw map vetoes. For you in particular, Optic, London Docks, super dominant, right? We saw TK, they didn't play London Docks at all. They hated the map. What was one thing that you guys took away from Dallas that you're going to implement at this event, without giving away too much? We don't give away team secrets, but one thing that you guys really focused on changing because, past couple of weeks, internet's been shady and stuff for you.
I think the thing we learned most from Dallas was to play our vetoes more to counter them, because we were just trying to play our best maps. And then one of our best maps, Ardennes, we were so good at it, and then we just, like I said, we just started choking on it. Like Splice, 250 to 60 to us, and I think that really hurt our confidence on that, but we were still like confident on it enough to play it. And I think that's like TK and Splice's best hard point. So we were just giving them their best hard point, hoping that we could win, but instead we should have just vetoed it and played a Gibraltar or something. So honestly, the map vetoes, you need to play them a little smarter. I don't think we weren't really talking that much about map vetoes. We sort of just let Formal pick whatever, and I think that sort of bit us in the butt. So we're going to just talk about it a little bit more, look at every matchup and look at their best and worst maps and try and just work the system a little bit better instead of just, we're going to veto this map every single time. Not like that.
Hey everybody, Max Mallow here with Double Tap at the 2018 CWL New Orleans Open. I'm joined here by Clayster of E United after a close victory against Splice. You guys are 2-0 in your pool right now. Coming out of that match against Splice, confidence right now because, again, pool of death, but you guys are 2-0 ahead of the curve. How are you guys feeling right now?
We're feeling good. I mean, Splice beat us at Dallas in a game 5, so it went the distance again here, but we ended up squeaking it out. I think that just goes to show the parity in all the teams. It's just everybody's so good right now that anybody can beat anybody. We're happy to come out with the dub, especially against Splice, the top 3 team in the world. Feeling good going in the rest of our pool.
Now, we talked back at Dallas about how coming to E United, you could shape the team, about how you want to play the game, right? So far, 2 events. How are things working right now with the team? Because, again, they come over from Jetpacks, right? And now you're the boots-on-the-ground legend. How's team practice been? How have you been able to mold the team around how you want to play the game so far?
Yeah, so team practice has been good. We have our days, and we've kind of noticed that, and we're of the opinion that bad practice is worse than no practice at all. So if we're having a bad day, we've realized, like, if we're just not feeling it, the motivation isn't there, then we just end up calling it, and it's made the quality of our practice a lot better. We've been grinding really hard ever since Dallas to make sure we improved in our CTF and our S&D, and I really think we'll show people here that we've gotten a lot better at S&D as well as CTF, and that just all comes down to having really good practice.
Now, obviously, I have to ask, Akimbo PO8s, why, how, just what, why?
I was messing around in ranked play a couple weeks ago, and I put them on. I realized that they're really, really good, and you kind of have to sacrifice something for it because you have to sacrifice either your fastness with airborne or your hunkered flak resistance. So you're sacrificing something really important, so you have to be really useful with them. You know, this is the first time I've used it in a pro match. I didn't even scrim with them because I didn't really want to show anybody. First time using them in a pro match, and it worked out well, I'd say.
Now, looking ahead to the bracket, right, we don't know where you're going to lie yet because Pool of Death still has to play out, but teams you want to play, because obviously the TK match was really close that time. That could have gone either way. As far as map vetoes and everything, how you match up against other teams, are you guys really just confident playing anybody right now?
Yeah, I mean, we came in here with a game plan against every single team. We're target banning certain things and target picking some things. We have a different strategy for vetoes against every single team, and we're just going to be making sure that we refer to our notes every time we do our vetoes to make sure that we get the most favorable maps that we need.
Awesome. Well, Clay, thank you so much. Hey, everybody. Max Malley here with Double Tap at the 2018 New Orleans Open, and I'm joined here by Kenny of Team Caliber. So first off, Kenny, great start to the weekend so far. Let's talk about you personally, though, right? So, you know, you have to take a break because of the age restriction, but then you come back, and now, you know, after Dallas, everyone considers you the best player in the game.
Right.
For you, how did you, stay relevant during your time off because of the age difference? Like, what did you do to make sure that you were still, around, your name was still being thrown around in the pro scene?
Honestly, when the age restriction happened, in Black Ops 3, I played a few S&D tournaments. After that, I considered to go to Halo. So I wasn't really playing COD on my off time, but I was playing with a few friends all the time so I can keep the skill there. So I didn't play IW at all, so I don't know how I still had the skill, honestly, to keep up with the pros or whatever, but it was just a grind in the beginning of the game that helped me. Any player that grinds the most is considered the best most of the time. For sure, and now everyone talks about it. I mean, every time we see it on Twitter and Ardent Forest goes through for TK, everyone's like, why are people not vetoing this map against TK? Without giving away too much, obviously, what separates you guys from the rest of the competition on the map? Because you guys seem absolutely flawless on it. Honestly, I think our strats are more coordinated than any other team. It seems like a lot of teams like to split up, but we like to stack together. Not to give anything away, but like we like to play more coordinated than other teams. We actually have our strats down. It seems like other teams just call out what they're gonna do before the map. Other than that, I don't know why people don't veto it against us.
I don't either, but that's why I asked. But so, looking at this Team Caliber team, right? Throughout all the Jetpack games, they were kind of hanging in there, not really on like the edge of top 16, top 12, but then Dallas, they win their first major event, and you're at the forefront of that, right? What does that mean for your career to come back and then win a major championship right away, and with an organization like Team Caliber who has, a history of coming so close but not getting there?
Right, when I first joined the team, I didn't really promise them, but I told them like we're gonna try our hardest to win the championship. Coming back and being 18 is like one of my best things I ever done in my life. One of the best things. I tweeted out like a few days before the event, like this year I want to win the event, and it just happened. So it just happened so fast that it literally was amazing.
Now we're talking with a lot of people this weekend about the gun meta, right? Because people have a lot of comments on ARs, subs, even snipers like the Kar 98. For you personally, how do you think the gun meta looks right now? Would you buff or nerf anything?
Buff the PPSH. No, that's a joke. Honestly, the bar is really good. It's just inconsistent. I think that for me, it doesn't really affect me at all in its sub point of view. Everybody thought the Thompson was good for a minute, but I told everyone I'm not switching for the PPSH. Other than that, it doesn't really affect me at all. Our team, we're already good with the bar. We got like top 4 the first 2K or top 8, one of them, with the bar, so it wasn't really something that was bad for our team. But for me, it didn't it didn't really help me.
Crimsix
or
from
it
Optic
didn't,
Gaming. You guys have gone through in pools today. You look very comfortable. Does this feel like a slightly different squad to what played last in Dallas?
Yeah, I think we're using a lot more teamwork overall, relying a lot less on individual skill, and basically making it as difficult as possible for the enemy team. Like, we're not giving them any free kills, and if you guys want to kill us, you got to push us basically. So, yeah, just no cocky hero plays. We're just playing smart, playing as a team, and yeah.